Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Hill, and I've been teaching Pilates, gyrotonic, yoga, dance for 40 or 50 years. And I want to show you some exercises that are going to help you with your alignment and help you with your joint mobility. I'm also a palm patient, and this is in honor of Men's Health Month, but men and women can do all of this work, so it's good for everyone. So come on over here and I'll show you some exercises. First of all, you can use a wall or you can use a kitchen sink if you need to. If your wrists are hurting, you can either push with your fingertips so that you don't get into your wrists. If you have a sink, you could hold on. But if your palms are good, then it would be really good for you to stretch them out. And you want to bring your feet right below your hips, about a hip's width apart. And you want to, first of all, stretch through. Then what you're going to do is drop your tailbone, and that's going to set up a sequence in your spine. And you're going to then roll through your spine, press your hips forward, open up your chest, and look up towards the ceiling so you get that whole front line elongated. Then start with the chin, the sternum, the ribs, the waist, the hip. Release the tailbone so you're working the back line. Now do that several times. Then you can also lift your heels up. Again, start with that tailbone, start with that sequence. Press your hips forward, lift up, open up the chest. And what this does is that this also strengthens and stretches your feet. And then go ahead and reverse that sequence as you reach down. Also, you can move into a modified lunge position. Keep your chest open and drop the back heel down just to get some length through that whole back line to start with, and then just switching. And again, you're opening up your chest as you do that, and you're getting some length through the front of your body and your psoas, which lifts up through the inner thigh up through the rib cage. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and reach back with the right heel, keeping the shoulders and the hips really level. Then bring the leg forward. Now this time, lift that back heel again and open up your chest to get into a deeper lunge. Again, working that whole psoas and quad line. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. Reach through your heel, reach through the shoulders. Now go ahead and come forward. Again, lift that back heel, bend the front knee, open up the chest, find that length, and then come back up. So we have been working the front and the back line. Now we're going to work the lateral line. So from here, again, you can hang on with the sink, you can use your fingertips, or you can bring the whole palm down. So you're going to lift up, feet right under the hips, and then you're going to displace the hip to get the length all the way through the lateral line, from the little finger down through the arm, down through the side of your rib cage, your hip, all the way down through the leg and the foot. So you feel that whole line moving, and then come back up. So you repeat that several times. Then to work an oblique angle, you're going to exhale, fold in. Again, it's sequencing. Fold in the finger, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, and look underneath your armpit, release your neck. Now unfolding from your scapula, through the shoulder, through the elbow, through the wrist, through the fingers. Now lengthen up and back, so you're finding that back line. And then again, center yourself, folding through, unfolding, and then reaching out. And to deepen that lateral line and that sequencing again, you can go into a little triangle type position. And you're going to rotate the front leg and keep the back foot facing forward. The hips are squared. You're lifting up and you're going to really pull back again. Find that length and then lift up. Now square your hips off so that they're even, so you don't have that John Travolta thing going. And then lift up and you're going all the way over through the other side. So you can again alternate that, because it is the movement back and forth that opens up the fascia in the body so that you can get more fluidity. So the whole movement is the position, if you will. And then, so we've worked lateral, front and back, twisting, oblique angles. Now, some other stuff we can do is a lunge. This is a lunge, no stress on your knees or hips or wrists or shoulders, whatever. Sometimes it's hard to get off and on the floor. So this is really good. So from here, you're going to go ahead and reach, and you can actually bring your hand again on the wall to find a balance, first of all, and then lift. Now, if you want to, you can either you can go, if you have a balance thing, you might want to use one arm and the other, but if you're feeling pretty confident, go ahead and lift up with both, come back down, and then straighten your leg out. Now with this one, think about lifting up on both sides of the waist, press your heel down to fire your back line, your hamstring, reach the tailbone back behind you, keep your sternum as open as you can, and move forward. You know, and then you can come up, other side. So, and then to the side, again, this is a side lunge, but you're using a chair. So you can lean into the side, you can use the wall, you can use your knee. You bring the arm up and really keep reaching, reaching, reaching. You can even touch the wall if you want to. And then lifting back up. And again, you're going to fire, you're going to push down to fire the adductor. Lengthen up. Here we go with that side line again. Keep reaching, 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 reaching. And so, and then coming off of it. And again, you can back and forth several times to get the fascia to move. Another thing you can do for the front of your body and also for a little bit of strengthening with your shoulders is you can just bend your elbows. It doesn't put a lot of stress on your wrists. I know a lot of people have wrist issues. And then you're going to start with your tailbone and you're going to sequence up, open up your chest. Now, if you can straighten your knees, that's fantastic. If not, no big deal. And then just, again, sequencing down, dropping the tailbone. So again, starting with the tailbone and then unfold through the whole front of the body, through the chest, let the head go, inhale. And then again, through the head, through the sternum, through the ribs, through the waist, through the hip, and releasing down. Now, I want to really emphasize that approach these stretches in a really gentle way. Really be aware of what your body is doing that day and stay with it. Because if you try to kamikaze it or force, it's going to backfire on you and your muscles are going to spasm or they're going to fire trigger points, and you don't want that. So you want to work gently. You want to coax the muscles back and forth, and then they will release and you will get more fluidity. But these exercises will also help energize you, and with that alignment, you will feel psychologically, mentally, somatically more energized and stable. And I hope and I think that it's going to help you in your life. So do it. Thank you.